Hello, TradingView. Chris Moody here. So, great news. Just this last week, I published this indicator called Price Action Bars, Price Patterns That Work. And I learned these setups and several others. These are just a basic version from Chris Capri at Second Skies Forex. Chris is an incredible trader. He started out trading with FXCM within an extremely short period of time. He was running his own division, his own fund within FXCM, and did so well. His clients became so loyal, he went out and created his own hedge fund. And he's run a hedge fund for I don't know how many years now, and the fund's done very well. And he went out into the education realm because people asked him to start doing webinars and do interviews, do webinars, and he got this following. And so he created some educational material. Again, he makes a living running a hedge fund. He's a full-time trader, but he's just an incredible teacher. And it started out as this kind of grassroots thing where he would share some information with a few people. And it's turned into where he has well over 1,000 students have joined his courses, which again, you get lifetime access to. And I'll go through that with you in just a second. But the first thing I want to do is show you the indicators, and then I'm going to share with you, I just got an email from Chris, and he is offering an incredible promotion, and I don't even know if you want to call it a promotion because he never tries to sell anything, but he's offering just a bottom line great deal for the people that are using TradingView. So let's jump into the indicators real quick and just give you guys kind of a general overview. Now, when you put the indicator on the charts, nothing happens because by default I have everything turned off. So these are just the normal colored bars that I use. So red for down bars and this blue for up bars. Okay. Now, if you go right here into the format section, I'm going to drag this up here. You'll notice that all of these check boxes are unchecked, and these are the highlight bars. Okay. And so you can put them on your normal candles, and you can just change the colors to where they work for you on whatever type of color background you keep, or color candles. Or you can turn them off. And one feature that I put on here that I like for me personally is the checkbox to turn bars gray. So I'm going to check that. And the bars just magically turn gray through TradingView's technology. And now we can apply these highlight bars and see them in a lot better detail. So the first thing I'm going to do is put on inside bars. And by default, the inside bars are yellow. You can change those. But inside bars are just a bar that is completely within the range of the previous bar. And you'll notice now Chris gives specific setups for these with very simple filters. And then he breaks it down to each individual Forex pair and time frame with very high probability setups with those filters. But as you can see, they're generally known as a breakout type pattern, where you break out, you move lower, you get another inside bar, you break out to the upside, you move higher, you start getting this congestion, you break lower, and so forth. So that alone is a good setup. Then we have the outside bars, which by default are orange. And you can see we get an outside bar, we break, we move up, outside bar, break, move up, get to the top, get another outside bar, break, start moving down, and so forth. So you get the point. Now, those are very simple. Now, a couple others that he put on here, and these I learned specifically from Chris. One is called the shaved bars. And so if we check this, if it's a down shaved bar, by default, I have it as this kind of fuchsia pink color, whatever you want to call that. And if it's an up shaved bar, it's this aqua color. And again, you can change those colors. So what these shaved bars are, and I've never heard of these until I heard of them from Chris. And what this is saying is this bottom inputs tab is for the shaved bars. So by saying 5 here, and I might should have made it say 95, but what that's saying is the top 5, if it's an up bar, the top 5%, the bar is closing within the top 5% of the range, okay? And so if it's a down bar, it's closing in the bottom 5% of the range or greater. Okay. So what this is saying is someone comes in, institutions come in, and they drive the price up. And this is a daily chart. And by the end of the day, they don't take profits. They keep buying into the close. So it's a very strong closing bar, either to the downside or the upside. And you can see when we get these, it's generally a continuation move. So we get down ones here, and we get a sustainable move to the downside. And then price changes directions, and as you can see, we get another shaved bar here, and we get a continued move to the upside. Now, I don't want to point out too much of Chris's proprietary stuff that he teaches in his paid courses, but you will notice on these charts, if you look at breakout areas and you happen to see one of these shaved bars, then that's a very high probability area that breakout is going to work. So just a little tip for you guys that I'm sure Chris wouldn't mind me sharing. But you can adjust that, and if you go all the way down to 1, that's saying that it's in the bottom, it's closing in the top 99% or the bottom 99%. And so you can just keep that at a 5 or play around with those. Now, the next one is pin bars. And I will say that I coded this with kind of loose criteria. Chris has stricter criteria that works even better, but I didn't want to give away any of his proprietary stuff that he teaches in his paid courses. So he gives out so much information for free. I didn't want to take advantage of him from that standpoint, but any of his students, it's simple enough to change the code, or you guys can email me and I'll help you out with that. Now, what the pin bars are saying is the top 2 settings here adjust the settings for the pin bars. And the pin bars, you have a pin bar at the bottom of a move that's showing a potential upside move, and I've colored those green by default. And you can see right here, we get a green one, we get a move up. We get a green one, we get a move up. We get a green one, we get a move up, and you'll notice these peg the dead bottoms of those moves. So the middle setting right here that says 6 is that this is saying we need at least, this low has to be lower than the previous 6 bars. So you can increase that, you can make that shorter, you can play around with that. 6 is a good default. Now, 70 is kind of, in his course, again, he teaches a specific number that has a very, very high probability. But 70 is just kind of a good number to put on your charts. And what this is saying is that the wick down here is 70% of the range of the candle body. Okay? So we've come down, we hit new lows, relatively new lows right here, and then buyers came in into where it closed in the top 70% of that range. Okay? So that's what that number means right there. And you can change that to whatever you like. Now, if we put all these on here, what you're going to see is you'll start seeing consistent patterns. We've got a pin bar right here, P bar. Then we get, so it's a potential bottom. Then we get an inside bar. We get a breakout from there. We get an outside bar, breakout, outside bar, breakout. We get a shaved bar right here showing high probability that buyers are coming in and institutions are hanging on into the close buying, and we get a continued move up from there. Now we get shaved bars to the downside and continued moves to the downside. And then we get a pin bar showing a potential bottom, which happens to be the dead bottom, and moves up from there and so forth. So really simple concept. I'm really excited for you guys to put these on your charts and start using them. And we'll go to another pair, and this right here shows where the criteria was true for a pin bar reversal to the downside, which I have default is a color red. And so when you put those on your charts, you'll see nice move down, nice move down, nice move down, and right here, nice move down. So I'm really excited for you guys to start using these and putting them on your charts. I think they will definitely help you out with your trading. And price action is so key to everything. Now, let's talk about the good stuff and the great news. And I'm going to ask you guys for a favor. The first one is, at TradingView, we're getting ready to start hosting consistent live webinars, and Chris is one of the best speakers I've ever heard. He's so giving with the information that he gives out. That's how I saw him do a webinar. It was a free webinar, and he did an incredible job, and that's how I found out that he even offered courses. And on the entire webinar, he didn't even promote or let anyone know that he offered the paid courses. I had to go to his site and find out for myself how to get more information. And so, if you would, email Chris and tell him that you're from TradingView and that you want him to come on and do a webinar for TradingView. Because in the next couple of weeks, we're going to start having live webinars again. And I can't think of a better person than Chris Capri to come on and share some great information. And to keep this video as short as possible, I can't go into all the information and all the techniques that he teaches, but it doesn't matter what type of trader you are, what you trade, what time frame. You can learn from Chris's price action setups because they work in any type of, whether it's Forex, whether it's futures, whether it's stocks, whether it's Bitcoin. It doesn't matter the instrument and it doesn't matter the time frame. So great information. So shoot Chris an email, and again, just send that to info@secondskiesforex.com. Info at Second Skies Forex. So that's the first favor I'm going to ask you guys. Now, the second thing, and it's not a favor, this is something that will greatly benefit you, as will Chris coming on and doing a live webinar for us, is he is also an award-winning writer where he's won awards for his amazing blog posts. So he is the only person in the, if you call it the trading realm, whether it's stocks, Forex, futures, anything, that I subscribe to an RSS feed to his blog. So you can go on here and click on these, and Chris just has this amazing ability to write articles on trading, and you think he's talking directly to you the whole time. So check these out. Sign up for his newsletter, or you can go on here and just read through several of the blog posts. But Chris will never sell your information. You're not going to sign up and then all of a sudden have 50 other trading people emailing you. Chris will never sell your information. I can guarantee you that. Now, the third thing is, and I can't believe this, but if you go right here on Forex courses, and oh, by the way, I mean, there's just so much great information on this site. You can see right here, he's got a free beginner course. You can get a feel for what Chris has to offer. He's got a video right here. Trading tools, go to that page. Now, if you go to his courses, and this is, I can't believe that he's offering this, but if you go to the courses, you'll see an advanced price action course, an advanced Ichimoku course, and the Pro Forex trading course. So you can click on any one of these and you can scroll down, and he goes over a little bit of the information. Like this course right here has 40 plus hours of videos teaching the concepts and the exact setups. And he has this great ability where you'll want to watch them over and over again, year after year. but you'll get it the first time. I mean, he's an incredible teacher. So all this information right here, you guys can read through this. You can even take a sample lesson right here. But typically, now you have to understand, when you sign up for these courses, it's usually $499. Right now, he has it for only $335 for each of the courses. Each one is $335 through January 31st. Now, I purchased all three. It was either 4 or 5 years ago, and they were more than that at that time. This is the lowest price I've ever seen. But it gets even better, but I can't promise you guys this. So Chris emailed me, and for TradingView clients, if you email him info@Second Skies Forex, say you're from TradingView, we don't have a link set up or anything, but he's offering an additional 15% discount. Now, I can't promise you, I'm not sure if Chris remembered that he had the courses reduced from $499 all the way down to $335 until January 31st. So I can't promise you there'll be a 15% discount off the $335, but it never hurts to ask. And so I hope he doesn't get mad at me, but again, he may have forgot that he had this huge promotion going on, but he's a very reasonable guy. He's a very nice guy. So just email him and find out, and it may be something he's willing to do on a package deal if you're purchasing multiple courses. But now, what do you get when you purchase one of these courses? You get lifetime access to the course. Now, other people give lifetime access if you pay for one of their courses. But not only do you get that, but what Chris does is not only does he teach you these specific patterns and techniques, he updates them yearly with his hedge fund's quantitative analysis on the different setups. What do I mean by that? So for XYZ setup, so let's go back to the pin bar setup, for example. He will go through and say which pairs, so which Forex pairs and which time frames to trade that on that give over a 90%, typically over a 90% probability of winning. So you'll know the exact Forex pairs and the exact time frame of those Forex pairs. That setup has over a 90% probability of success. And he updates that all throughout the year, and you have lifetime access to that. So not only do you get to learn the general concept that you can use on anything, because when I first started, I didn't even have a Forex account. I was trading futures, and I used the information that he gave me, the concepts on futures. But for you guys that trade Forex, and I do too now, he will give you consistently updated his hedge fund's quantitative analysis on, again, the Forex pairs and the time frames of those Forex pairs that have around a 90% probability or higher of success for every one of the setups. And how many setups does he have? It's enough for you to trade for a living. So this is me logged in. You can see me logged in right here on here. His courses, I have access to all three. I'm on the advanced price action course. So in here, course lessons, 1 through 10. But when you click on them, there's multiple ones per each section. And these are all videos. And in the videos, it goes over the shaved bar, the inside bar, the advanced pin bar trading, the engulfing bar, which I didn't even put on there, the outside bar, which I didn't even put on there, the advanced gap that I didn't even put on there, the pivot point systems, which I didn't even put on there. But within each of those, he gives and let me see if I can get my mouse right, he gives the statistical probabilities for every one of those setups. And it's just amazing for you guys to go in and know the high probability setups that he uses with the technology from his hedge fund and his major programmers and passes that information along to you, and you get access to that for life. A lot of you guys know me well by now. I'm just telling you, I took the courses 5 years ago. I've learned a ton of information from him. And for that price, if he was selling each one of these courses, and this is for me to you, if he was selling each one of these courses for a couple $1,000s each, they'd be worth it. And I've paid a lot more for one course than that I got not even a fraction of the information than a course that he has now for $335 for lifetime access, and he may even give you the 15% discount off that. So can't guarantee it, but email him. So enough of that. Check out the indicators. Start using them. Do me one favor. Email Chris, info@Second Skies Forex, and go on the main page. Check out his blog post. Take his beginner course, get familiar with what he's teaching, and if you're ready to get started, take advantage of that special pricing on the courses that's through January 31st, and email him and see if he'll even do the 15% discount off that. Just say you're from TradingView, and most importantly, email Chris, info@Second Skies Forex, and say, hey, we want you on a TradingView webinar, and let's get Chris on there. And then you guys will get to see firsthand what type of incredible information he offers. So thanks a lot, guys. I'm going to end this video. Private message me if you have any questions, or better yet, so everyone can view the questions and learn from them, just post them in the blog feed right underneath this post. CM price action bars, price patterns that work. And if enough people contact Chris, I'll even ask him if I can put a couple more of his setups and add a few things to this indicator with his permission. So he's a great guy, and I have a feeling he'll say yes if enough of you guys contact him. If he gets hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of emails, he'll probably be mad at me, but that's okay, because he's just an incredible guy, and I think he'll see the excitement that you guys have to learn high probability setups like this, and he'll even let me add in a few more in here. So thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day.